I genuinely think one of the best gifts that you can give yourself is to get a blood work done at some point. Because when I did mine, there were a few things that came up that literally changed the way I eat forever. So here's a realistic what I eat in a day. And of course, it helps with my hair and overall wellness. For breakfast, I usually have 3 boiled eggs. And it's weird, but I love boiled egg. But I also love it in a very particular way. So I'll show you how I do it. It's soft boiled, okay? Jammy eggs. Of course, I have the 3 boiled eggs and then I support it with something else that would have carbs, would have more protein. Essentially, try to get in about 30 grams at least in breakfast, okay? So let me tell you how I do the eggs first. I basically have boiling water for the eggs and I make sure that I have the whole egg including the yolk because the yolk has a lot of nutrients and healthy fats are good for your hair, your skin, and that's what the yolk has. It also has biotin, which is very good for your hair again. Unless you're like really trying to cut down on your fat, eat the yolk because other than protein, all the nutrients are actually in the yolk. Once the water is boiled, I drop in my 3 eggs and then I put a timer for 6 minutes. I have to take out the eggs and put it in cold water as soon as the 6 minutes are over.
Take photo for
You want ice cream? Okay. This ice cream, I just got these molds from Amazon and they're so cute. I filled it with lemonade, sweetened with honey, and it is so good. This is the ice lolly. She has it all the time. I don't feel guilty as a mom because she's always asking for ice cream and I can give her this like how many ever she wants in a day. Here you go.
Also says mommy.
Okay. Very yummy.
One of my hand.
I'll give you a katori, wait. I didn't think I could be obsessed with boiled egg. Well, I am. I woke up late today, and you know why I love that? It's going to be really strange to hear. Usually, when I wake up early, I start my breakfast a little earlier. And you know what it does? It sets me down for a day when I keep binging or like snacking. I'm just always hungry. But the days I wake up late, I start my breakfast a little later, and I feel like I'm not snacking so much the whole day. Yummy. So these are protein oats from Yoga Bar and they're really nice. Chocolate protein oats, and I make them with a protein milk. Let me show you that. The oats itself has about 10 grams of protein and this has another 10 grams of protein. Together, I am getting a minimum 20 grams of protein in this, and in the eggs, another 20. It's covered 40 grams of protein for my breakfast, and that's amazing. And I also take omega supplements, which is fine because my cholesterol was kind of low in my blood report. It's really important that you guys actually do a blood panel before taking any supplements because you don't want to over supplement something that you have already got excess of and give issues of its own. Anyway, I take 2 of these a day. I'm using the one from Carbide Forte, and this is their 5x strength omega-3 fish oil. It's really good for your hair and skin. That was my first meal of the day. After every meal, what I do is I go for a 15 to 20 minute walk outside, and it's really hot, so I just walk in the corridor outside my house. This is good for your blood sugar and the release of blood sugar from the meal that I've just had, and also it just helps me get my 10k steps every day so easily. Right now when I go out, I'm going to get 3,000 steps, and after my lunch I'm going to get 5,000 steps. Then I'm obviously walking around the house and everything. By evening it's 7,000, 8,000, and then after dinner I get my 10,000 so easily. At some point a few months ago, I did a complete blood work to just check what's going on in my system, if I have any deficiencies and all of that. And I really suggest that if you're in your 30s, you should do this because 20s are for like taking your life chill. 30s are for you to like really make changes so that you know your 40s are better for you. Like almost a comprehensive blood work. One of the first things that was flagged was I had low ferritin levels. Ferritin is essentially iron, but it's the stored version of iron. So I'm not anemic. I don't have low iron in my bloodstream, but the value in its reserves are actually low. And what that kind of translates is that you could have hair fall, you could have brittle hair, you could have hair thinning. It has a lot to do with hair. First and foremost, plant iron sources are not absorbed in the body. Animal sources are a much better bet in terms of absorption. I was not really keen on eating red meat and organ meat to the extent that I would need to fulfill those deficiencies. So I am supplementing it. Second thing that was really a red flag was my vitamin D levels, which were below, like really below what is expected. You need to have like a loading course, which is basically a more potent version of it, which is had like once a week. for either a month or 2 months, and then you go for a maintenance course. And low vitamin D, it's associated with fatigue, hair thinning, and slow hair growth, dry skin and nails, and that's one big one. My skin and nails were so dry, my nails were so brittle, and I thought it was because I was doing too much nail extensions and all of that, and it was being worsened because of my D3 deficiency. Low immunity, that is another one that I had coming. I wasn't really getting sick, but I was really breaking out with allergies much more frequently than I needed to. That had everything to do with my low D3. A lot of people are actually deficient in D3, and that's one important thing that you should check if you are planning to do a blood work. I take vitamin D supplement, and I also take iron supplement. Along with that, I also take omega because so if you have like flaky skin and dandruff, it's really helpful with that, which I did have. So supplementing vitamin D and this omega-3 together, it's really shown a positive improvement in my hair, skin, and the dryness that I used to feel, and also translates into my hair. Hair doesn't feel as dry anymore. I really encourage you guys, go ahead and do a blood work. It is one of the best gifts you can give for your future self. Because now I'm going to make lunch, and I do 150 grams of chicken breast or any meat for that matter. But if I get 150 grams in for lunch and 150 grams in for dinner, I'm sorted. Some days when it's like dal chawal, rajma chawal, what I do is I just keep this chicken breast boiled and in the fridge. And what we do is we just shred up the chicken breast and add it to my rajma, say for example. So then I have my rice, my rajma with the shredded chicken breast in it, and a portion of tomato cucumber salad. I add to my rice to just bulk it up. And the takeaway here is that not every meal needs to be that exciting, okay? At least not for me. The thing with me is that I actually enjoy food in whatever form it is, even if it's plain, boring. As long as there's flavor, it just really heals my soul. We always measure your chicken raw because once it gets cooked, the water and everything goes off from it. So this is actually going to give you the right measure for the amount of protein that you're going to be getting. So the first step is going to be to measure your chicken, marinate it with salt and pepper, and spray a little bit of oil and air fry this. So ideally you can marinate it for 15-20 minutes, but today I don't have the time, so I'm just going in with it directly. Put it for 20 minutes, 20 minutes. So the idea is that I'm going to make a Thai curry kind of inspired coconut milk curry. While the chicken is getting cooked over there, I'm going to quickly do that. We're using coconut milk, Thai curry paste, fish sauce, soya sauce, a little bit of honey. So going to mix all of this in the kadai, cook it with a little bit of corn flour. When you're boiling coconut milk, and if you're scared that it's going to like split, what you need to do is take a small mix of corn flour with water and mix it with the coconut milk, and it's not going to split. Once the chicken is ready, I'm going to boil everything together. I just added maybe 2 teaspoons, a dash of fish sauce. Fish sauce and soya sauce have salt in it, so be careful. And I'm just going to add in this is the corn flour slurry. Just going to add in about this much of the Thai curry paste. Add some honey. That's perfect. I'm not cooking it right now. I've turned this off. This gravy is ready. Once the chicken's ready, we're going to mix it in this. Also cut up some carrot for some veggies. I usually would have added at least 2 more veggies, but there are no veggies in the fridge. I need to buy some. So this is what we have and this is what we're making do with. We'll come back when the chicken is done. A lovely Manju has made biryani for everybody. He's taking out a little bit for Ezzy. Thank you, my babu. I'll try some. Wait, 1 second. So tasty. Wow, thank you. So if you really want to make quick meals, I think it's so important to have some condiments in your fridge. I'll show you what I have. And I have not bought all of these at one go. It's like sometimes I'm making a recipe and it calls for a certain ingredient and I don't have it. I buy it because just having it in my fridge is so worth it for me. The next time I see a recipe online, I almost always have all the ingredients. You saw how quick that was to make. I always keep some coconut milk. Then I have gochujang. I have this peri peri hot sauce, which I love. Racha, which is also good. Dijon mustard, regular mustard, apple cider vinegar, which is really useful for salad dressings. And this is teriyaki, and it is one of the most repeatedly purchased condiment in my house. Fish sauce, and surprisingly, we have 2 fish sauce. Then we have green chili sauce. Then we have barbecue, sweet chili sauce. And this is Bhut Jolokia sauce. It's like so spicy. This is what they call Raja Mirchi. We have soya sauce, obviously. Lemon, we prefer to keep lemon this way. Might not be the best, but it's just so accessible. So these are my condiments, more or less. Having this just opens up the world of quick cooking. Chicken is out of the air fryer. So the chicken goes in here. And the carrots also go in here. I'll boil this now. Just so that the gravy ka flavor gets inside the chicken a little bit. That's it. It has started boiling and thickening a little bit. Oh, that looks so good, and also it tastes freaking amazing. Just look at that. It's such a creamy, delicious, high protein, high nutrient meal. I'm now going to go for my post-meal walk and get in another 2,000 something steps so that I'm a little over 5,000. This is a snack that I have sometimes after lunch. So I have this, a date stuffed with pumpkin seed butter. So what I did was I just bought pumpkin seed, just put in the mixie and just tried to make a butter out of it, but it didn't really reach the butter consistency. But it's like this really gritty sunflower seed paste sort of a thing. Put it into the date, have it, and this sunflower seed butter is so good for zinc. Zinc is really good for your hair. And it tastes amazing. So it's going to be 5 and I'm hungry now for my evening snack. Take this banana chocolate bread yesterday. Nice part is that this actually has 8 grams protein per slice. Pair this with this, which has also got another 8 grams, and I'm going to get 16 grams in my snack, which is lovely. I made this with whole wheat flour, no sugar, barely any oil, like just a smidge of oil. So I'm going to warm it up, warm with the cold yogurt. So let's make dinner. I want to make a no carb burger. Okay, so I have seen this flaxseed bread by another creator. I will credit her in the description. And I'm going to make the bread, which is the bun with flax seeds. So it has no carbs and it's done with flaxseed powder, and flax seeds are so good for your hair. I buy flaxseed and I just powder it in the mixie and keep that with me. So when I have that in hand, it takes no time at all. 2 tablespoons of flaxseed powder in any dish. Okay, so I'm taking something which is a little rounded like a bun. So basically the bread gets made in this and it'll have the shape like a bun basically. So just let's go with it. Need 2 tablespoons of this. Tell you, this is so filling. This I need to now add a pinch of baking powder, add some salt. So that's how the mixture is looking right now. Mix everything in. Crack 1 egg into this mix. Just have to microwave it for like 90 seconds. That's 1.5 minutes. To cook this for 1.5 minutes, I have already marinated my chicken, marinated it in a teriyaki sauce. Cook this now in the air fryer for about 15 minutes, and I'll meet you after that. So this has come out really weird. It usually doesn't puff up this much, but it's okay. We're not here for the shape. We're here for the nutrients and that it tastes good. So this is how the bun has come. It is really strange, I'm not gonna lie. Slice this in the middle and that's gonna be our makeshift bread. Okay, that's my bun. And for the sauce, I'm gonna use this much Greek yogurt, dash of mustard in it, bit of ketchup. This is usually how I do my burger sauces. I have my sauce ready, I have my bread ready, a single piece of lettuce ready, I have my chicken ready. I'm gonna just spread this onto my bread. Put a lot, I don't want a dry burger. This is my chicken. It's hot. The meat burger, I'm just gonna put the lettuce here, a slice of cheese here, just go on top. And that's my little burger with a weird head. Thank you. Oh my god. Wow. I am truly surprised. Didn't expect it to be like this. This is also the first time I'm making it, by the way.